Here is a pie chart showing the distribution of book sales by genre.
This is good. Wow, I would like to see this better in a chart. Can you maybe like plot it with different shades of pink?
Here's a chart showing the top 3 spenders with different shades of pink. I've drafted a personalized email for Alexander Lee. Subject: thanks for choosing Animal Farm. 15% off your next purchase.
This is good. This is good. I really like the animal 15 code. Thank you, Samantha. You're amazing.
Here is a line chart showing the total sales trend over the past 3 months. You can see a peak in sales during October, followed by...
Yeah. This is beautiful, Samantha. I really like it.
Here's a heat map showing the weekly sales patterns from Monday to Sunday. The chart displays peak shopping hours and the average order.
Okay, so this is good. This is what I was looking for. Awesome, Samantha. I love you.
I'm thrilled you found it helpful.
Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to explain you how text to SQL works. I'm going to tell you how I implemented it myself and how now Samantha is able to interact with the database thanks to this tool, and also how Samantha now acts or can act as a data analyst, which is incredible. But before we get technical and start with the explanation and the demo, let me just tell you briefly about myself, like for those of you who are new to this channel. So I'm Jesus Copado. I've been coding for more than 10 years, mostly in Python and mostly in AI and machine learning stuff. And I love cinema, so in many of my videos you are gonna see some reference to movies, for example here to the movie Hair. A small quick interruption. So while editing, I realized that the video was getting a bit too long and I have decided to divide it in 2 different parts. So this video that you're watching right now, this is the full uncut demo and some closing thoughts at the end. If you want to see the other part where I explain how everything works, you can click somewhere here in the screen. Otherwise, at the end of this video, I'm also going to put a link to that other one and also in the description below. Enjoy this video. And a bit of context for those of you who are actually new to the channel and don't know who or what is Samantha. So Samantha is a real-time agent that I built based on the OpenAI Realtime API. And I did that in my very first video in YouTube. And actually, if you don't know anything about that, I think it would be better if you just check a short demo that I'm going to put here on the screen. Essentially, it's a voice agent. It's a multimodal voice agent that is able to interact with an array of tools. And in that last video, we saw most of these tools. What I've done in these past days has been to work on new tools. So the one that we are actually going to be focused on is database. And I also created a new one, which is going to be draft email. So this tool is very simple, and we'll see that how it combines very well together with the database tool. Right before we jump into the demo, let me just quickly tell you about this small database that I created for the purpose of this demo. So this is just an SQL little database that is running in my laptop. It has, so the database itself, it just has 3 tables: books, orders, and users. And it would be something like Amazon in the very beginning, right? So just a simple bookstore. So for us to run Samantha, just remember we just need to be in the app directory in the Samantha project, and we just need to run chainlit run samantha.py. I think it's very interesting to keep the terminal open to see the logs, but actually I wanna go back to Notion because I wanna see those queries that I've tested already and I think are really cool, and I wanna show you. To start talking with Samantha, we just need to press P. Hey Samantha, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm excited to help out with any questions or tasks you have about the bookstore.
Yeah.
How can I assist you today?
I actually have a couple of questions. Can you maybe tell me how many orders we got last month?
We had 27 orders placed last month. Anything else you'd like to know?
Yeah. Can you maybe tell me which were the top 5 most valuable customers?
Our top 5 most valuable customers based on total spend are: 1. Alexander Lee placed 12 orders, bought 28 books.
Wow. Okay, and maybe can you tell me which books did Alexander buy?
Alexander Lee has excellent taste. Here's a list of books he purchased: The Trial by Franz Kafka, 2 copies. 100 Years of Solitude by
Okay, yeah, thank you. And maybe, can you maybe tell me which were the genres that each customer preferred based on their order history?
Here's a snapshot of each customer's preferred genres based on their order history.
Awesome. This is really good. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, so we have seen Samantha just doing well on these simple queries, but let's just turn the notch up a little bit and just let's get into a bit more complex things. Hey, Samantha, can you maybe help me out with a bit more complex queries that I have?
Of course, I'd be delighted to help with your queries.
Awesome. Hey, look, can you please create a pie chart showing the distribution of book sales by genre?
Here is a pie chart showing the distribution of book sales by genre.
This is good. Wow, awesome. Thank you. Maybe can you also plot the total sales trend over the past 3 months?
Here is a line chart showing the total sales trend over the past 3 months. You can see a peak in sales during October, followed by...
Yeah, this is beautiful, Samantha. I really like it. Actually, let's just continue with this. Can you maybe show me our top 5 selling books with a colorful bar chart?
Here is a colorful bar chart showing the top 5 selling books. 1984 leads the way, followed closely by The Old Man and the Sea.
This is good. Let's just go for something a bit more complex. Can we please visualize our daily sales patterns with a heat map showing the peak shopping hours and the average order values?
Here is a heat map showing the daily sales patterns, including peak shopping hours and average order values. The colors indicate the average order value, with darker shades representing...
Wow, actually this is a bit more complex. I think I wasn't going for this. Can we make it just a weekly basis, right? I want to see Monday to Sunday, what is the pattern, also with a heat map.
Here's a heat map showing the weekly sales patterns from Monday to Sunday. The chart displays peak shopping hours and the average order...
Okay, so this is good. This is what I was looking for. Awesome, Samantha. I love you.
I'm thrilled you found it helpful.
Wow, so this is the kind of process that I think is incredible. Like to have an agent that just can do all these complex things for you instantly. So this is amazing. So the feedback is really good. And finally, I want to show you some multi-tool scenarios here. So how can we combine the database tool with other tools that we have already seen in the other demo? So I think this is really cool. So let's just open a new conversation. Okay, Samantha, can you please show me our top 5 classic authors by revenue?
The top 5 classic authors by revenue in our bookstore are Hermann Hesse, with a total revenue of $527.61.
Let's just dig into Hermann Hesse. Can we see how many books we have from him, and which are the books that we have?
We have 3 books by Hermann Hesse in our collection. 1, Siddhartha. 2,
Good books, don't you think? But maybe we are missing a couple, right? Can you please check online which could be other books that we have for him?
I found some information online about Hermann Hesse's complete works. Aside from the 3 titles we already have, some notable Hermann Hesse books include Narcissus and Goldmund, Demian, The Journey to the East.
Good. I've actually heard good things about Demian. Let's just add Demian to the database with the stock 0, please, so that we have it.
I've added Demian by Hermann Hesse to our database with a stock of 0.
Awesome, Samantha. Thank you. Okay, wow. So this is really good, right? So this is not only Samantha doing select and just queries, it is also doing some insertions in the database. So it's just fantastic, the things that you can do with a system like this. Let's just jump into another demo. Hey Samantha, can you please plot our top 5 best-selling authors?
I'd be happy to help with that. Let me fetch the data on your top 5 best-selling authors. Please give me a moment. I've got the data. Here are your top 5 best-selling authors. Herman Hesse.
Nice. Can you please plot it?
Here's the chart showing your top 5 best-selling authors.
I'm actually only interested in the revenue. Just forget about the books sold.
Got it. Let me update the chart to display only the revenue generated by each author.
Nice, nice. Can you tell me which books do we have from Kafka?
You have 2 books by Franz Kafka
Nice.
available in...
Okay, actually, I was thinking, I had this idea or something, an image that I have in my mind from the cover of Metamorphosis. Can you please just generate an image that, I don't know, that could be a good cover for this book?
I've generated an image that could make a fitting book cover for Franz Kafka's...
Good. I was actually going in that direction. Thank you. And just one last thing. I want to maybe like put this image into an email, but please help me draft an email that would be like, I don't know, like maybe like a newsletter that we have for our bookstore.
I'd be delighted to help draft a newsletter email for your bookstore. To make it as effective as possible, could you tell me if there's any specific information or promotions you'd like to include?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. Let's include a 10% discount to everybody that has the newsletter.
I've drafted the newsletter email for you. It announces the new surreal book cover design for Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis and offers a 10% discount for newsletter
This is awesome. Thank you, Samantha. This is great. Hey, Samantha, can you please tell me who are the top 3 people with the highest spending?
The top 3 people with the highest spending are Alexander Lee with a total spending of...
Actually, I would like to see this better in a chart. Can you maybe like plot it with different shades of pink?
Here's a chart showing the top 3 spenders with different shades of pink.
Awesome. So it looks like Alexander was the one that has spent the most. So let's just give him a present. What do you think?
That's a wonderful idea.
Good. So I was thinking of something. Can you please just check which was the last book that he bought, and then maybe draft him a personalized email just mentioning something about that book. Maybe like we hope that he liked it, and just offering him a 15% discount.
I've drafted a personalized email for Alexander Lee. Subject: thanks for choosing Animal Farm. 15% off your next purchase. Dear Alexander Lee, we hope you enjoyed reading Animal Farm by George Orwell. As a valued customer,
This is good. I really like the Animal 15 code. Thank you, Samantha. You're amazing.
You're very welcome. I'm thrilled you like the discount code idea.
And I want to finish off this video with just some quick thoughts on this technology and the impact of it. So just the first thing that I put here is just that natural language is the new SQL. So what I mean is that now it's not needed for us humans to learn SQL as we did in the past. I think I myself, for example, for the past year and a half or 2 years, I haven't written SQL from scratch. I always just go to an LLM provider and just get that quickly, right? I just send the schema of the database and just get the SQL ready. So I think now these kind of things are going to be just directly embedded into SQL, into our databases, right? So I see this very, very clearly. Also, the impact on roles, right? So I think, well, just what I have here. So the data analyst right now doesn't need to do these kind of like, you just need to do all these SQL queries. I think the data analyst now will focus on getting insights rather than just writing queries for other people, right? Which, just depending on just the data analyst in different companies and different organizations. But I think just writing queries is just not going to be something that a human would need to do any longer. And also this now allows non-technical stakeholders, just your typical manager, your C-level, whatever, to access the data in a much faster, natural, and easier way, right? Like no need to just get into dashboards or anything like that. Now, just quickly, you can just converse with an agent and just get what you want exactly. So that's amazing. And this is what I have, right? Like you can converse. So this is what I see, just that the future is conversational. So this is another use case. So this text to speech, so text to SQL and these database interactions, these systems. But I see this with everything, right? I see that this speech to speech, real-time agents are just gonna make everything just so much more easier and natural, because it's what I have here is, it seems like you're having a conversation with a colleague, with a human, with somebody else, right? And this colleague is just the very best in their craft, right? It could be writing SQL queries or whatever it is. So I think it's gonna be interesting. And lastly, I hope you enjoyed the video and you found it useful. And if you did, consider giving it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to be updated in everything that is happening in the field of AI.